Welcome to My Fair Katie, a film review podcast where I, Katie Shimmick, will watch movies with my dad.
That'd be me, Scott Shimmick.
Together we will dive into a sometimes deep, but hopefully always fun discussion of classic films. Today's movie is The Goonies.
Not The Goonies!
No.
No?
No.
Boom, boom, boom.
The Goonies is a 1985 collaboration between Richard Donner, Steven Spielberg, and Chris Columbus. The Goonies' future all-star cast includes Corey Feldman, Sean Astin, and Josh Brolin.
Don't forget John Matuzak, Mama from the Train, and Joey Pants.
Who's Joey Pants?
He was the guy, Cypher, in The Matrix, who sold them out, eating the steak. I always think of him eating that steak the way he eats the steak. It's just so, I don't want to say disgusting, but it's not good table manners. Yeah. It's like, you know the way you remember Rocky eating that apple. It's not that it's wrong. It's just kind of wrong.
Mm-hmm. And the Lord of the Rings eating the tomato.
Oh, no, that's just wrong.
Oh.
I mean, that's disgusting. There's no one that thinks that isn't disgusting.
I don't think it's disgusting.
Really?
I think the whole franchise is disgusting.
Oh. No, it's not time for hot takes yet. By the way, if you had to guess which one of those kids was going to grow up to be a football player or play a football player, who would you have picked?
Probably Chunk.
Chunk?
No, what's his name? Brondy. He had Brand.
Was that Josh Brolin? The teenager?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed more like it, didn't he?
Who was it?
It was Sean Astin, was Rudy.
He's in Marvel films?
No. Josh Brolin is in Marvel films.
So the one who I thought would be in Marvel films.
But I asked who was going to be a football player.
Yeah.
But the one you thought would be a football player is the one who was actually in several Marvel films.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean. I thought you meant like who played both of them.
No. Sean Astin, the little guy with braces, he goes on to play Rudy.
I know.
And Samwise Gamgee. And Josh Brolin goes on to play, he was Cable, and he was also...
I don't really know Marvel.
But you know Thanos.
Wait, he was Thanos?
He was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Thanos.
He doesn't look like Thanos.
Well, he didn't have the purple Ripley chin in the Goonies.
I guess.
All right, you know what time it is?
Oh.
Yeah. It's time for the 3-sentence recap. Do you want me to do that again?
No.
I'd like to do it. I'm going to do it again anyway. It's time for the 3-sentence recap. Recap. Go ahead.
No, you can go first.
But I
Fine.
Go ahead.
A group of young boys try to save their house by finding treasure, and when they run into felons, they become unrealistically loud and uncareful. And then when they finally do find the jewels, and after a really lame fight, they save their houses.
Okay. Actually, mine is pretty similar. In classic 80s fashion, a group of kids needs the miracle to save their homes from a golf course. The group of kids roams around looking for pirate treasure and screaming, "Arr, pirate treasure 'tis, saving the day," and their friendships.
That wasn't like a recap. That was more like a trailer.
Literally the exact same thing you said. I just said it in a trailer voice.
Okay.
I mean, our recaps were almost identical, except I did a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try doing a voice?
No.
Okay, give me a little pirate voice. Yar.
When did you first see this movie?
Come on, yar.
No.
I'm not going to go until you say yar.
Well, I'm not, so.
No. Come on, just one little yar.
No.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
C?
We'll go ahead and ruin the joke then if you want to.
C.
Some may think it's the yar, but his heart is always with the sea. Go ahead, say it. All right, fine.
I don't want to. Stop.
That's it. That's going in.
Okay. When did you first see this movie?
Okay, I got a story about this. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know the movie Gremlins?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a good movie, right?
Yeah.
I love Gremlins. And when Gremlins came out, I think it was 14. So about your age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So very excited to see Gremlins. And my dad, he liked Gremlins too. It was funny. It wasn't, I mean, you know, it was kind of, you know, not horror, but, you know, it was a fun movie, good for teens, and lots of crazy antics, and very little stupid screaming children.
Yeah.
So we hear this movie's going to come out with Richard Donner, who had directed one of our favorites, Lethal Weapon, and Steven Spielberg, and who also was a producer on Gremlins. And we're thinking, Goonies, Gremlins, it's going to be just like it, right?
Yeah.
So we go to the drive-in. We drive all the way up to Indianapolis. We go to the drive-in, and we sit there, and guess what? The Goonies comes on, and we're, like, really excited. My dad and I were just sitting in the car. We're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to love this. 5 minutes in, we're like, what are we doing? It was one of the worst experiences of my childhood. Okay, it wasn't one of the worst experiences of my childhood. That would have been a pretty soft childhood. But it was one of the most disappointing movie experiences of my life, for sure.
Yeah, I think 5 minutes is pushing it. I don't know.
Well, by 5 minutes, we realized there weren't going to be any, like, cute little animals or scary, fun animals.
Yeah.
Monsters, whatever. Anyway, so the reviews. The reviews for this were surprisingly good. It has like 76% tomato rating. I think Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars. I mean, the reviews were good for this movie. Do you have any comments on that?
No.
No?
I would rate it well, too.
Would you?
Really high ratings all around.
Really high ratings all around.
Yes.
So the rest of this podcast, the next however many minutes, is going to reflect how much you think this is a good quality movie.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. All right, this won some awards, too. The lady who plays Ma Fratelli, she won a Saturn Award, which is the for Best Supporting Performer. That's the, like, science fiction awards. Sean Astin also won the Young Artist Award for acting in a film.
I don't think there should have been a single award for acting in that movie.
Even John Matuzak as Sloth?
No.
Okay. Earmuffs. I think there was no adult stuff, no smoking, no drinking. Wait, was there smoking? I don't think anybody was smoking. The bad guys didn't smoke.
I don't think so.
There was no. There was a couple of mild curses. No gore, no serious violence. The only thing objectionable was all of the content.
Yes.
All right. So, how does this movie relate to Stranger Things?
A group of, like...
Obnoxious.
No.
No? The Stranger Things kids are obnoxious?
No, the Goonie kids aren't obnoxious.
Oh, come on.
No, I like the Stranger Things kids. But you made me forget what I was going to say.
Sorry, my bad.
It's a group of, like, not teenagers, but like, young kids helping save their world.
It's true. It's totally what it is. You know, you saw that. When did you first see this movie?
Like, a couple years ago.
It was more than that. I think you were about 10.
Yeah.
I don't get why you don't like this movie more, or you didn't when you first saw it.
What do you mean?
Most 10-year-olds love this movie.
They're lying for attention. Why?
I don't know. Okay. All right. But there are obviously a lot of similarities, a lot of that's taken from this. I mean, the type, you know, there's a type for each kid, and they're all.
Yeah, but there's not really for Stranger Things.
What do you mean?
What kind of stereotypes do the kids have? They're all nerds. Like,
Well, in this one, they're not all nerds. They're all different kinds of nerds in this one, too.
there's one nerd.
None of them are popular at school.
How do you know that?
Because I saw the
Brand
movie.
looks pretty popular.
Oh, well, yeah, but he's like, one of the teenagers in Stranger Things.
Steve.
Well, yeah, second season Steve maybe, but like I guess it would probably be, yeah, I guess Steve, but he's not a jerk.
Steve isn't a jerk.
He is in the first season.
But I thought you just said second season.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking first season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But other than that, there are no stereotypes.
There's like the teenage sister too.
That's not a stereotype. That's just a sister.
I didn't say stereotype. I was just saying types. Just the
Well,
character.
in the Goonies, it was very obvious who was who, and all the characters were shallow. Like the nerds, the inventor, his only character trait was being an inventor. What else? The Chunk, his only character trait was being named Chunk.
That he liked to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was annoying.
Oh, they were all annoying.
Well, he was the worst.
I think Mike is annoying.
Which one was Mike?
No, in Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, but he's not as bad as Chunk.
I think Dustin's annoying.
Dustin is not annoying.
I think he's annoying.
Okay. Well, you're just a hater.
I am a hater. Were there any direct mentions of this, like other things like The Thing in Stranger Things?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So let's talk about the craft work of the film. Come on. There's actually so like, what did you think of the costume design?
I really liked that the villains wore beanies.
What did you think of Josh Brolin wearing a heather gray sweatsuit with blue shorts on the outside?
I thought that was really meaningful because I'm sure there was like a deeper meaning for it, not just what you like think like, oh my gosh, this looks so dumb, but there was a deeper meaning.
I don't think so. That was actually a thing people did.
I think you're lying for a
No.
second.
I'm serious. Like, I remember back in the 80s, people would do that.
Mhm.
Okay. People in the 80s did a lot of strange things. There was a lot of drugs
Like
in the
making
80s.
Goonies.
Yes, I'm making the Goonies. Okay, but I'm gonna say one thing here. Look at me. All right? Now, I'm serious about this. The music of this movie is actually really good. The score of the movie is very classical with, an updated twist with synthesizers, for the 80s, but it's a very classical, like Errol Flynn type of score, right? So like a real, like, old 30s, 20s pirate movie. This would be the score that would have gone with it. And what I really liked about it is each act has a completely different theme.
I didn't really notice that. I was too busy focusing on the bad things.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I know you were like hate watching the movie.
Yeah.
You were angry, and you got angrier. If this movie would have been 90 minutes, you would have been less angry.
I thought.
Not because it was shorter, but because it was just less time watching it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But to be fair, I did think they dragged it on a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they could have cut out like a sequence of the kids in trouble and screaming, because they were all kind of the same.
I think the movie would have been better if they had just cut Chunk out, like his whole character, and it probably would have been shorter.
Are you a fattest?
No, I just don't like him.
Okay. You're not body shaming him or anything.
No, I just think his voice is annoying.
Oh, I think his whole character trope is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones being, what did you call it?
A fattest?
Yeah.
I'm sure people have said that, but I feel like I just made it up.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever heard it, but it should be a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
No? All right. Anyway, there was one other thing musically in this movie that is new to this entire podcast. This is the first time we've had a hit song in a movie.
What song?
That Cyndi Lauper song, Goonies, Good Enough.
Was that made for the movie, or?
Well, it's Goonies are good enough. Do you think they made the movie based on the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was a really big act back at the time.
Was it a career low for her?
Maybe. And there was a video that had scenes from the movie.
I bet she ran out of money and she had to resort to this.
Are you saying that Captain Lou Albano wasn't a good manager?
Okay.
See, that's an 80s reference that parents would get. Because of the videos, there was this wrestler guy, Captain Lou Albano, and he was like in all of her videos, playing her dad in the videos. All right. So, is there anything about the movie that you want to talk about being good? This is your chance to be nice.
I thought that the set design was really interesting.
What set design? Like anything in particular?
The rocks.
The rocks. You mean like through the caves and tunnels and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the part with all the pennies.
What about the pirate ship? It's a pretty big set.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to ride on that slide that they went down?
I guess.
And go flying off into a pool of water?
Yeah, I guess.
Looked kind of like fun.
Yeah. I really wanted to see the old women go down it, though.
Ma Fratelli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to see that.
Do you have any unanswered questions or nitpicks or anything? Or is this movie above reproach in every way?
My nitpick is that I don't think it should have been made at all.
It's not really a nitpick. Nitpicks are like little things.
Okay. Well, this is called the big picture, and I think as a whole, it just shouldn't have been made.
But we haven't gotten the big picture yet.
Oh, I scrolled down too far. Sorry.
That's okay. So, any unanswered questions?
Yes. I don't think it's fair that they don't get to build their golf course now. Because that was how he was going to make money. What if the guy had quit his job because he was relying on this golf course?
Think how many jobs the golf course would create.
Yeah.
Right, all the construction guys.
And why do they care if they have to move schools if they're all friends, they're all moving together? At first I thought it was just Brand and what's his name, Max?
But in Stranger Things, they split apart. When Will's mom finally realized, oh, maybe I should leave town.
No, but I mean, why do they care so much if they're all, moving together?
Who says they were moving together?
They were.
They were talking about how they wouldn't see each other next year.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were moving on together.
Yeah, Sean Astin was like, this will be the last time we get a chance to see each other.
Oh, yeah. It was just him moving.
But I like your point about the golf course. I do have another problem, right? So how did they end up at the end realizing they had enough money to save their houses?
Looking at the jewels.
Yeah, a bag full of jewels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a bag full of jewels, if those jewels were real, okay, first of all, if those jewels were fake, then they're not saving their houses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if those jewels are real, they've got, I don't know, tens of millions of dollars in that bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if they have tens of millions of dollars, do you think they're still living in those houses?
No.
So they're moving anyway.
Yes.
So really, the kids kind of forced their hand and made their parents move by getting too much money.
Yeah, and also, if they had gotten all of that gold and stuff, everything that was in the pirate ship, which they probably would have tried, at least if, they would have gone back if they weren't being followed, it would have completely devalued the everything.
Oh, you're saying they would have flooded the market of gold and...
They would have been like the Europeans.
When was that?
The silver trade.
Oh, give me a little history lesson here.
It was the only thing that China wanted from the Europeans, and they put too much out.
And devalued it?
Mm-hmm.
Supply and demand?
Yeah, because it was China's currency. They needed it.
So they created inflation and devalued it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So did Mansa Musa.
Who?
Mansa Musa.
Who's Mansa Musa?
The leader of Ghana.
The leader of Wakanda?
Ghana.
Oh, of Ghana. I thought you said Wakanda. I thought you were like talking about a Marvel thing.
No. This was a real person.
In a real place?
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do?
He put too much gold out. He gave gold to a bunch of poor people who helped him.
So he gave money to poor people and that devalued their currency?
Yes, because he gave a lot of it.
And so then nobody had anything because everybody had everything.
Yeah. That's what the Goonies would have done because they're all stupid.
That was just harsh.
What?
That's not even a fair criticism. That's just
Actually,
mean.
except for the one smart kid, because he was the only smart one. So he wouldn't have done that. But the rest of them would have, because they were all dumb. Or they did sports. Or they were fat. Or what was the other one? What even were the other characters?
What? So Corey Feldman, he was the obnoxious one.
Which one?
His name was Mouth.
Mouth. Oh, the one who's also in Stand By Me.
Yeah, the one from Stand By Me and from The Burbs.
He's in The Burbs.
Ricky. Paint your house, Ricky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Yeah, he's always annoying. That's kind of his thing.
Did they have to name him Mouth? Like, we
yes, because he's annoying.
I know, but we could have like picked up on that he was annoying within 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. This movie is like it is really known for its subtlety, and that's like the one time where they really broke from that by naming him Mouth.
Yeah, and Chunk, I feel like.
Oh, and Chunk
But
too. That was
I
really
feel
a subtle
like it's
name. Okay, so you had the fat kid, you had the obnoxious kid, you had the sport kid, and you had the one who was trying to keep them all together, kind of like Mike.
And the inventor.
I said the smart kid. Didn't I say the smart kid?
Also,
No, I
think
didn't.
It's
You're
really
right.
Racist that they made him Asian and gave him a really strong accent.
Okay, I'm not even touching that one. But if you say so.
Also, I have a nitpick.
Yes, that's what they were here for.
Mouth and what was the girl's name?
Which one?
Andy. Andy's friend.
Martha Plimpton.
Yeah, isn't she way older than him?
It looked like Martha Plimpton was in her early 20s. And the redhead was, I think she's actually a teenager because she was in a couple of movies at the time.
Well, no, but I mean, like, their characters were older.
They were like the age of Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
And then she kissed Sean Astin, who was like 2 or 3 years younger.
Yeah.
Without his consent.
Without his consent.
Well, she just grabbed him in the dark and kissed him.
No, I'm talking about at the end. Mouth and Martha.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when the one with the redhead grabbed Sean Astin. And
well, yeah, that, but also when at the end. Remember? Like, I don't think you're that bad either.
They didn't kiss.
No, but they liked each other.
Liked, or just liked?
Liked.
You think so?
Yeah, I swear. That was their intention.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
All right, so the big picture now. Let's talk about that. All right, does the what's the meaning of the movie? Does it have the same meaning today?
The meaning of the movie is that... Well, can I do my hot take first?
No, your hot take's down here, see? Look.
The meaning of the movie is that sometimes sometimes nostalgic movies aren't good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is a takeaway from it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, although I never liked it. I was too old.
I never liked it either, even when I was 10 years old.
I know, that's weird.
No, I think it's normal.
Yeah. Do you think your mom likes this movie?
Yeah, I think she liked it.
Do you think your sister likes this movie?
No.
She wasn't angry about it, though.
I wasn't angry.
You're still angry.
I'm angry that I had to watch it again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well,
You're angry that you had to watch it.
I'm not.
Not that
I'm not angry at you. I'm just disappointed that you made me watch it again.
I didn't make you do anything.
Yes, you did.
Didn't make you do anything. You make your own decisions. All right. Overall, in cinema history, where are you going to place this one?
Bottom 100.
Bottom 100 movies of all time?
Because it's not even like tentacles. Like, they had to know that they were making a bad movie. This is Steven Spielberg.
And Chris Columbus.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure Christopher Columbus was.
No, Chris Columbus. Home Alone.
I think. I don't know. That makes this movie even worse.
Richard Donner. He had Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen Lethal Weapon.
No.
I love Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Award time. The Katie goes to our Odessa Steps Award for the best scene.
The best scene was when the movie was over.
that was going to be my line.
The credits.
Okay. How about the best shot? Outpost 31 award.
I don't think there was one.
Well, there had to be a best shot.
My favorite, I don't know if it was the best, but my favorite shot was when Chunk was in the freezer. And you could only see his face, like, peering through.
Okay, there you go. See, you found something redeeming.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's making you smile. That's all you can ask of a movie is to make you smile.
No.
No?
No.
You didn't pay for it, although I paid for it. I can't believe I had to pay $4 for that. Ugh. How is the Goonies not streaming?
Because no one wants that to tarnish their reputation.
You know, they've been trying to make this a sequel to this, even still.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
Yeah, like getting the gang together. Do you think they could get Josh Brolin to do this movie now?
No.
Do you think Thanos and Cable and the Oscar nominee Josh Brolin is going to do a sequel?
No.
Do you think Sean Astin would do a sequel?
Probably.
Yeah, he's a little too far removed from Lord of the Rings fame.
Yeah.
I like Sean Astin.
Oh, but he was in Stranger Things, wasn't he?
He was. He was Bob.
Yeah. That's really sad that he died.
That's a connection to this. I mean, clearly he's in this because he was in the Goonies, and that's why he was in Stranger Things.
Really?
Yeah, why else? Did you think that they're big Rudy fans?
Lord of the Rings fans? Well, how is Lord of the Rings different from what Dungeons and Dragons?
I think it's because of this movie. Mm-hmm. I think because if you look at 80s movies and what's in it, look at like what's her name? The mom, Will's mom. What's her name?
I don't know. The one who's a cougar?
I don't know. I would call her that.
What do you mean?
What? Because she has Bob as a boyfriend?
Do you mean... Wait. I thought you were talking about...
I'm talking about Winona Ryder.
Oh, I thought you were talking about...
No. Talking about Winona Ryder. She's from like a lot of 80s
Joyce.
movies. Joyce, thank you. She's like from Heathers and a bunch of 80s movies. Yeah. And Paul Reiser from season 2, he's the guy from Aliens. Like, they take all these 80s movies actors and they put them back into this. Matthew Modine was in a bunch of 80s movies, like Vision Quest and a bunch of other ones.
Okay, whatever you say.
All right, fine. So let's hear your hot take. It's time for Katie's hot
take.
Wait, I got to announce it. I got to announce it. It's time for Katie's hot take. I don't have any sound effects, like a sizzle or something.
Good.
Should I add one in later? Okay. Let's hear it. Hot take.
My hot take, I thought of it days ago, and I've been really excited to say it, is that I don't think that Steven Spielberg deserves all the recognition he gets.
Oh! Okay, that is a hot take.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to just say like a word or a phrase here, and I want to hear your reaction. Jaws.
Okay.
What?
No,
Close
I can admit.
Close Encounters?
Okay.
Indiana Jones?
1 out of the 3 that he made.
Whoa. Raiders?
2 out of the 3.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Saving Private Ryan?
Name 4 more.
Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Schindler's List.
Okay. 2 more. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I know there's plenty. E.T.
No.
E.T.'s not good.
No.
E.T.'s not great.
No.
Wait.
If it was so good, then someone who copied it could have made a better movie. Because what was that?
Whoa, you're saying that someone else could have made E.T. better.
No, I'm saying that if it was such a good movie, then the person who copied it could have done better. Like, should have done better.
What person that copied it?
The one of the boy who drowns.
What?
Like, it's called, like, the worst movie of all time.
You mean Mac and Me?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of movies that are takeoffs from E.T.
Exactly.
Wait, I know I got one more.
Mm-hmm.
Color Purple. Boom. I did 4 more.
Okay, well, can you do more than that?
How many movies do you want?
Okay, fine. You can have a million good movies, but if you have 4 times the amount of movies that you have that are unwatchable, like the Goonies, then...
Minority Report. I'm still going.
These are just luck.
Jurassic Park.
No.
Just luck? Just luck?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
luck.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg is just lucky.
West Side Story.
1941. Wait, no, okay, now I'm on your side here for a minute. 1941. Always The Adventures of Tintin.
The Goonies.
Well, he was just a producer.
Okay, well, that doesn't matter. There's no excuses.
He was also a producer the year before on Poltergeist. And he was a producer on Gremlins.
That doesn't count.
And he did E.T. I mean,
Yeah, E.T. Oh,
this is like all within like a 2-year span.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders. All like the same year. All these things were like within 14 months of each other.
I think maybe something happened to him. Like he had a brain injury. I'm not... What?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He had a brain injury when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would guess is probably like a bike accident around the age of 7 or 8. And then he made these movies early on.
Yeah.
But then it got better as he got older. So if he obviously had this talent to make Jaws, why didn't he have this talent to make West Side Story? Or The Adventures of Tintin? It was luck. Okay, fine.
Okay, wait. Okay, all right. So, all right. Now, first of all, I'm going to say that he was just an executive producer, right? So I'm not blaming the Goonies on Steven Spielberg. However, when it comes to your hot take, I understand where you're coming from. I can see arguments. I see that after Saving Private Ryan,
his brain injury.
I'm going to say after Minority Report. After Minority Report, he hasn't made a very good movie. A couple movies like Munich were pretty good, but that is not the Steven Spielberg standard. I will say that's true. But his filmography is so deep of all-time classics that, yeah, he's taken the last 20 years in cash paychecks.
Okay, but also you can say he's a good director. Like, I'm not going to argue that. But people say that he's, like, the best director of all time, and that's just not true.
Okay, so just let me list a bunch of things, and then you tell me if this is, like, one of the top 5 directors of all time. Okay? All right? Jaws, Close Encounters, E.T.,
Don't say E.T.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. How do you not like E.T.?
Because it's annoying.
Oh, we're doing E.T. next season.
Okay. And I'm going to hate on that, too.
Okay. That's a hot take right there. Another one. All right. But there's more. Last Crusade, Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, Minority Report. Now, I didn't count. That's like 9 or 10. That's like 9 or 10.
None of those mean anything to me. And you forgot The Color Purple.
and The Color Purple, right? That's 10 movies that are. You'd be hard pressed to find another director who's done 10 movies that good.
I can find one that has done 9.
Yeah, not that you're saying, but okay, fine. I mean, sure. Now we're in the territory of.
Okay, but you can do a million good things, but like you can do a million like nice things for charity, but then if you murder someone, you're still an awful person.
So
it just takes one, but he has many.
So Ready Player One is murder.
Yes.
West Side Story, murder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what his next movie project is?
No.
He's doing an autobiographical movie about him as a kid.
I read a Who Is Steven Spielberg once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of my all-time favorite movies is a Steven Spielberg movie.
Close Encounters?
Yeah. We should do that one next season, too.
Okay, but you see Steven Spielberg differently because, like...
I grew up when he was good. He was a major part of my childhood. Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
So obviously you're going to like him better. Just how, like, this is another hot take. But everyone thinks that SNL isn't good only the years that they watched it when they were, like, kind of young.
That's not a hot take. Everybody knows that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't...
It's like when you're a teenager into your 20s. After that, SNL is like you're too old for it.
I don't think it's funny even now.
You've never watched it.
Yeah, I have.
You've never seen an episode of Saturday Night Live.
I've seen the comedy bits.
You've seen some sketches.
But they're not funny.
Not all of them.
Okay, anyway.
But I think what you mean is not the show, but the cast. That's the best cast of all time, whichever one you grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for me, it would be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, but you might be right.
What?
I said, yeah, but you might be right.
Oh, the Eddie Murphy is actually...
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Eddie Murphy in anything?
No, but I know he's really funny.
Okay. I don't think you've ever seen Eddie Murphy in anything.
I'll trust your word on anything except for Steven Spielberg.
All right.
There's something about his movies that are just kind of, like, boring to me.
Who?
I don't know. Steven Spielberg.
All of them?
No, not all of them, but, like, The Goonies was boring. E.T. was boring. Close Encounters was kind of boring.
Oh, my God. Now, we are in way too small of a room right here for you to be starting that nonsense.
I'm just saying. I don't really...
That's beyond hot take. That's just mean.
It's
now you're being mean.
I'm not saying that that Close Encounters is a bad movie.
Close Encounters is a better movie than Jaws.
Okay.
I said it.
And Jaws doesn't have to be 3 hours either.
It's not.
2.5.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 207 tops.
I'm just saying I don't think Steven Spielberg is that good.
Who do you think is the best all time then?
Probably Quentin Tarantino.
Okay, now seriously, name me a director you've seen 5 movies from that are better than Steven Spielberg's 5 movies.
Clint Eastwood.
You've seen 5 Clint Eastwood movies. Name 3 movies Clint Eastwood has directed.
So to start off, 3: The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
No, that was Sergio Leone.
He was in it, so that counts.
No, we're talking about directors.
Okay, I can name 9 movies better than Jaws or E.T. by the same director.
You haven't seen any of those, so why don't we just stick with directors that you know?
It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that I don't think he's as good as everyone makes him out to be. It doesn't matter if he's the best director in the world. I'm just saying he's overhyped.
All right. I think he got old and lost it, but...
Okay, then he got old and lost it, so obviously...
No, that's not what you're saying, though. You're saying all of it is overrated. You are.
I can agree. I even agreed with you that after, Minority Reports or whatever...
Yeah.
He got bad, so
you
why...
You haven't seen that one either.
I know, I'm
we should watch
taking
that.
your word on it. So why is he considered so great if more than half of his movies are just awful?
Because so many of his movies are so great, and a bunch of them, the ones that you called really boring, are really great movies.
E.T. is not a really great movie. It's a nostalgic movie, but it's not really great.
You called Close Encounters boring, and it kind of hurt my feelings.
Sorry. That you like a boring movie.
I know what we're watching tonight.
What?
Close Encounters.
No.
Chalk it up.
We just watched that.
We haven't watched it since before.
Yes, we did. We watched it like 3 months ago.
No, we watched it a year ago before we went out to Devil's Tower. I literally planned a trip to Devil's Tower just to go to Devil's Tower because I love that movie so much. Fine. All right. I appreciate your hot take.
I stand by it.
Well, it was very hot. Sizzling. I think that's bigger than your hottest of all hot takes.
What's my...
Oh, come on.
What?
We all know what your hottest hot take is.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford what? Go ahead, say it again for posterity.
No, I don't want to be mean.
No, go ahead. Even young Robert Redford. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Robert Redford.
It's ugly.
Go ahead.
I just said it.
Say it loud and proud.
It's ugly.
You own it.
It's ugly.
All right. That's a hot take. I don't know. This one might be hotter.
No. I bet I could find at least 5 articles saying how bad he is.
I don't think you'd find 5 articles saying that E.T. is boring. Maybe you would. Anyway, let's move on to RESPCT. So, this movie, should it be remade?
No. Obviously not.
Wait. Okay. Before we get to could it be remade, obviously it could be remade because there's nothing wonderful and classic about this movie. But what if you remade it with less screaming, more substance,
Okay, but also the whole...
Wait a minute, isn't Stranger Things really just a remake of this movie, but instead of trying to find pirate treasure, they're trying to find Will in the Upside Down?
No.
Kinda?
No.
Not at all.
Not one bit. Stranger Things is like a mystery. Like
The Mystery of One-Eyed Willie's Pirate Treasure.
No, that's more of like a treasure hunting movie. An adventure movie.
Will is a treasure. Finding Will is an adventure.
I would rather watch paint dry than watch a remake of this.
Oh, I would rather do worse things than watch a remake of this.
Like what?
I mean, like watching paint dry is not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but it's an expression.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that's just boring. I'm saying, stabbing your eyes out, like that's the kind of thing we're talking about here.
I would put my hand into a bucket full of moths before watching this movie.
Well, everybody else won't appreciate that. I do. What changes would you make to the story?
Oh my god, how much time do we have left?
No, you don't have enough time left.
I would change that they don't make it.
Wait a minute. How about this? How about if you took the characters and you made them a little bit more realistic to normal nerdy kids, and then instead of pirate treasure, let's say...
Oh my god.
Let's say one of their friends was missing and they had to try to find him.
Okay, but that's not even all of Stranger Things.
All right, so you don't even want to talk about who would be a good replacement?
No.
Who would Chris Pratt play in this in the remake?
I don't know. Probably the evil dad.
The evil dad?
He's really not evil at all. He's just misunderstood.
Wait, who's that? Oh, you mean the one who was trying to close their houses?
The kids are the villains here.
The kids are the villains. Trying to get in the way of the rich people's golf course.
No, it's not rich people. Think about how many people it would create jobs for.
Yeah.
Construction workers.
This is such an 80s trope, though, is the golf course or something for rich people.
Country club.
Right. Whatever is taking over their community center or, whatever the teens are trying to save. And they need to dance or roller skate or find pirate treasure in order to save it. Yeah. I did say dance or roller skate because those were real things.
Wait,
many times
Footloose?
dancing. No, Footloose was different, but like Breakin' or you never heard of Breakin'? What about Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo?
No.
No?
No.
Those are movies about breakdancing where they had to save like the community center or something. I don't remember. Would breakdancing help this movie?
No. It's too
It's too
far gone.
far gone. Okay. All right. It's time for the haiku review.
You can go first.
All right. My haiku review. In spite of great cast, nonsense reigns due to all the yelling and screaming. Okay, yeah. Are you making a face because I said a great cast?
Yeah.
Okay, Corey Feldman. He's really obnoxious, and when he grew up, he was terrible. But if you look at him in like Stand by Me, for a kid his age, he was actually a pretty good actor, and he was supposed to be obnoxious. Okay, Sean Astin has done a lot of really huge movies, and he is Rudy. Josh Brolin is an Academy Award nominee. He was in No Country for Old Men, which is fantastic, and he was fantastic in it. He was, I mean, yeah, sure, he's Thanos, but whatever. But, and, Joey Pantoliano, I mean, he's fantastic in all kinds of things. Who else was in it? I'm forgetting somebody. But, so great cast, and I'm sticking by that.
Okay. Annoying kids, too insufferable to watch. Do not spend your time.
Okay. That's nail right on the head. Pretty direct. All right. It's a wrap. My final words on the movie are pretty simple. This movie was horrible when I first saw it. This movie is still horrible today. What do you think?
This movie.
Who would you recommend this movie for? 10-year-olds? 8-year-olds?
No.
43-year-olds who watched it when they were 8?
Yeah, because those are the most annoying type of people.
All right. Say it. It's a wrap, Katie.
It's a wrap, Katie. This episode of My Fair Katie was written and produced by Scott and Katie Shimmick. A special thanks for our music to Marty Chardy Esquire, the best IP lawyer on this side of the Hudson.